Most people think silence means emptiness. But what if silence is the place where the mind finally rests? In a small town surrounded by tall trees and quiet streets, there lived a man named Elias. He was 30 years old, but his face looked much older. Not because of age, but because of noise. His life was full of it. Noise in his phone, noise in his thoughts, noise in his heart. From the moment he woke up, his mind started talking. It reminded him of mistakes he made years ago. It warned him about things that might go wrong tomorrow. Even when he sat alone, he was never truly alone. His thoughts followed him everywhere. At night, when the world became quiet, his mind became louder. He would lie in bed, staring at the ceiling, replaying conversations that were already over, and imagining problems that didn't yet exist. Silence scared him, because he had never really experienced it. One evening, while walking aimlessly through the town, Elias noticed an old man sitting beside the river. The man wasn't doing anything. He wasn't reading, talking, or even looking around. He was just sitting there, calmly, as if time had slowed down around him. For reasons Elias couldn't explain, he stopped. "Don't you get bored sitting like this?" Elias asked. The old man smiled gently. "Only when my mind is noisy." That answer stayed with Elias. The next day, Elias returned, and the day after that. Each time, the old man sat in silence, watching the river flow. Finally, Elias spoke again. "My mind never stops," he said quietly. "I try to distract myself, but the thoughts come back stronger." "How do you stay so calm?" The old man picked up a small stone and dropped it into the river. The water rippled for a moment, then returned to stillness. "The river doesn't fight the ripples," he said. "It lets them pass." He then looked at Elias and continued, "Your thoughts are like that stone. You don't need to chase them. You don't need to answer them. You only need to let them pass." Elias frowned. "But when I try to be silent, my mind becomes louder." The old man nodded. "Because you are trying to control it. Silence is not something you force. It is something you allow." He asked Elias to return the next morning, before sunrise. When Elias arrived, the world was quiet. The town was asleep. The river flowed softly. The old man asked him to sit and say nothing for just 5 minutes. At first, Elias felt uncomfortable. His thoughts rushed in. Lists, worries, memories. He wanted to speak, to move, to escape. But then something unexpected happened. Between two thoughts, there was a pause. It was small, almost invisible, but it was there. For the first time, Elias noticed that his thoughts were not continuous. They came and went, and in those tiny spaces between them, there was peace. 5 minutes passed quickly. The old man smiled. "That pause," he said, "is silence. It was always there. You just never stayed long enough to notice it." Elias returned home that day feeling lighter. His problems hadn't disappeared. His life hadn't magically changed. But something inside him had shifted. Now, whenever his mind became noisy, he didn't fight it. He didn't chase silence. He simply listened and waited. And slowly, the pauses returned. Because silence is not the absence of sound. It is the presence of awareness. And once you discover it, you realize it was within you all along.